And every day, with more and more people coming online. Do you want to take your business to greater heights? Put our professionally trained team to work for you. Advertise your business on Pantango Radio, one of the biggest internet radio stations in the UK. Email us your details, info@pantango.com. Call us or WhatsApp 447 402 985533.
Right. It's good to be here. It's good to be on this program yet again with Bandru. Bandru, how do I pronounce your surname? Is it Male or Mayo?
It is Male.
it's Male. Okay. So there you are. Not too sure about my in terms of your sound. Let me say hello again. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you properly. Good.
But I'm picking you up, I think, from I'm picking you up from the wrong source. So let me just try and fix that quickly.
Okay.
Let me see if I can fix that real quick. This should be fine. Okay. Let's try again. Hi, Bandru.
Hi,
Bridget. How you doing?
Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, I can hear you properly now. I see what we hadn't done, so I just fixed it. You know how it is. Lady M is not in today because she's feeling under the weather, so we had to fix the things on our own today, and a few hiccups here and there. But I'm really happy that you have come back on the program, courtesy of Positive East. How have things been your way?
Things have been okay, have been improving. Mm-hmm. From the year of the pandemic, 2020 to 2021, we are getting out and about more than before. We are getting to communities that need our services. And slowly by slowly, we are getting back to the new norm. Definitely, we still continue to provide our services online. To make sure that everyone who needs it get it.
Great stuff. Just the other day, I had a conversation and I felt so knowledgeable. We were talking about PrEP, and I realized that when I was speaking to this lady, I realized that there are a lot of people that actually don't even have some of this information. And I was very proud of myself knowing that, I had a chat with you and we'd spoken about it and I had a better understanding. So I really had a bit more to share, as it were. So I see how important organizations like Positive East are to people out there in terms of really knowing what happens, with around HIV and AIDS, especially in the current, because a lot of us are not well informed. We're still living in the past in terms of the developments that have taken place to do with HIV and AIDS. So I'm really glad that, we have Positive East helping out and, dishing out information, which is really, really crucial. The reason why we bring you on today is because we would like to talk about what you are doing around World AIDS Day, which is coming on the 1st of December. The last time we were here, we spoke a little bit about the Red Run. Would you like to get into that and tell us a bit more about what Red Run is all about?
Right, yes. I'll talk about the Red Run. And let me just give you a brief background about World AIDS Day.
Yes.
Most people, they hear about it, but they don't know entirely why it is there. World AIDS Day is a day of remembrance of those who have passed away due to the AIDS pandemic. It's a reminder that actually HIV is still there, though there are new pandemics, but actually HIV is still there and it is in communities and it is spreading. Also to evaluate what we have done in the past 40 years, ever since we had the first case of HIV, and also to bring together the civil society, the politicians, the scientists, medical professionals, people living with HIV to fight against this pandemic. So it is a reminder that it is still there. Let's gather all the efforts to make sure that we come to the end of this pandemic. World AIDS Day has been there for almost 33 years. It started in 1988. And though the pandemic has been there for 40 years, World AIDS Day has had certain themes that give the communities a focus on what to focus on. Themes like shared responsibility, focusing on children living with HIV, or women or men, and other themes that encourage people to put together the efforts to fight the pandemic. Now, this year, the theme is called inequalities. Inequalities in AIDS and inequalities in services to fight the pandemic, and also inequalities in poverty, treatment, availability, discrimination, and all that put together so that we don't miss the target that we have put forward, the 2030 target of eliminating HIV transmission. So that's about World AIDS Day. So the theme this time is to end inequalities, end AIDS, and end pandemics.
What do you have to say about inequalities when we are talking about HIV and AIDS?
When we talk about inequalities, inequalities in access to services, these inequalities, they are either institutional or they are, community inequalities. In that, there is a lot of stigma. Some communities are hard to bring to the level of others. And at the same time, we look at the resources and the commitment from politicians, political governments all over the world to make sure that there is information and resources to enable people provide services to all those who need it. For example, I'll give you an example. Here in the UK, there are charities and there are funds from the public health, but there are communities that have not really benefited from these funds just because of the way they are set up, the stigma within those communities. We have to talk to the funders to make sure that there is equity in resource distribution. You see, there is a difference between equity and equality. Equality means all communities being given the same, but equity means those who need more resources should be given more than those who have resources and don't need them. So we look at all possibilities to make sure that the inequalities is eliminated. Yes.
Great. So now looking at what Positive East is doing in terms of trying to reach the targets for 2030, where would you say you are as an organization working with the communities mainly in East London?
Yeah, to reach the targets, Positive East has got a structure that provides comprehensive and combination prevention methods of really helping us to reach the target. One of it is really community HIV testing. And that one is really robust because it brings services to all communities to make sure that they are aware. We've talked about PrEP is another prevention tool that we talk about. We talk about PEP, which is post-exposure prophylaxis, and we make sure that we go to all communities, faith communities, cultural communities, to make sure that everybody is aware of it. And this actually brings me to the Red Run.
Yes.
The Red Run, organized by Positive East, is an event which includes so many charities. The Red Run, it will be this Saturday on November the 27th at a very big park in East London called the Victoria Park. It is in the London Borough of Tower Hamlets. We have so many people who have registered. The numbers so far is over 1,200. Wow. And they are going to run around the park. There are two groups. The group that will run 5 kilometers and another group will run 10 kilometers.
Okay.
Yes. And this is not only a run just to run, but it is an event which is going to raise awareness, keep together the HIV agenda alive, make sure that people still remember about it, to fundraise, bringing HIV charities together, and also have some kind of fun. There will be some celebrities, as usual, rub shoulders with the celebrities, and actually it does raise a lot of money. So far, according to our manager who is responsible, who is the lead person, we have raised £115,000 so far. Wow. And we expect that number to increase. And this money is not only for Positive East. It is given to other charities. It is a fundraising event for also other charities. And we have about 30 charities already registered with us from within London, not only East London, from within London and also, I think, outside London. Yeah. There will be a lot of stalls from these charities. And also there will be the AIDS quilt, quilt of remembrance, we call it. And we will celebrate. It is always a very enjoyable and a very good event.
Let's talk a little bit about the charity tables. What the stalls? What do people bring to such an event?
To such events, people bring, apart from information, they bring materials to display, which shows the efforts done ever since the HIV/AIDS pandemic up to now. Things like the candles, the U is equal to U information. Do you know what U is equal to U? It is undetectable is equal to untransmittable.
Transmittable,
yes. Yeah, to make sure that people understand all these developments and achievements over time that have been around. And also some cultural stalls are there, to display things from different parts of the world. Some companies also that produce products that we use, for example, for HIV testing, we've got BioSure and Insti testing kits. A lot of freebies given out. Companies like Starbucks come and give out free coffee for anybody who wants.
I'd need one right now.
A free coffee, yeah, free juices and oranges. It's really fun. It is
so
very
it's really an event for the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. Families come. The only thing, we keep our fingers crossed. So that Saturday is a good, we have a good weather on the day.
Good weather, definitely.
Yes.
And if you would like to get more information about the Red Run, please go to www.redrun.org.uk. You'll be able to get more information. My understanding is that registration did close on the 20th of November. So it means that the over 1,000 people that Bandru is spoken about are the ones that are going to take part. But that shouldn't leave you in despair, because you can still go there. There's a whole lot of information. There's a whole lot of activities that are going on the day. So you can go and partake and support, because this is definitely for the worthy cause. I was gonna, because I love music, I was gonna talk a little bit about other entertainment, because I see there'll be DJs there playing.
Absolutely. I love good music.
So if
good music, yes.
Definitely I would be there to just enjoy the music. I know that it will be the Horse Smith Disco that will be performing there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So this is what is going on with Positive East. This is such a big event. It's a yearly event that is so big on their calendar, the Red Run. I'm sure you've heard from Bandru why they do it. And 30 organizations, other non-profit organizations that also benefit from it. So they've been they have been able to raise over 115,000 now, but it just doesn't go directly to Positive East. It goes just right through London to different organizations that are doing the same thing, trying to, to help out, trying to disseminate information, trying to be there for people. And there will be test kits on the day as well. So it could be a day for you to just go and find out your status on the day. So there's a whole lot that is going on in terms of the Red Run this Saturday. Would you like to say maybe one or two things before we close the program?
Yes. Please come, bring your families. It is a very interesting and a good day to go out. We also have, we need more volunteers. If you can come in as a volunteer and help out, that will be a very good, way of participating. And at the same time, you get a lot of information. Get involved, not only on the day of the Red Run, but get involved all the time. We need volunteers all the time. Please come in and let us celebrate this World AIDS Day event.
I'll say that it also does make you feel good if you know that you're doing something within your community or around communities, and you're just volunteering yourself, not asking for anything, not wanting to get the hourly rate, but just to know that I've done something for someone without asking for anything back. It gives you a good feeling. I think it's a booster in itself. You feel motivated, you feel good about yourself. So if you know that you've got some time to spare, I think, like Bantu said, it would really be good to go and be part of not just what's happening on Saturday, but also just in the day-to-day runnings of the organization, because they do need volunteers. I want to appreciate and say thank you very much for coming to the program, but I'm not going to let you go. I just need, no, definitely. Just talk a little bit about PrEP. I would like for you to just say a few words about PrEP. I see that a lot of people don't have that information.
Right. PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. Prophylaxis means the medication you take before you are exposed to an infection. People may say, why should I take medication before I am ill? No, this medication is part of prevention. There are so many people out there who have got partners living with HIV. And if these partners are on treatment, they are not on treatment, they're more likely to pass on the HIV to you. It doesn't mean your partner is HIV positive. That's the end of relationship or marriage. No, you can take PrEP. It is just a pill a day, and then you prevent yourself from getting the HIV. PrEP is now widely available. It is funded by local authorities. Anybody who needs PrEP can go and get it straight away. It is free of charge. You don't need to buy. Another thing about PrEP is that there are people who may not be in a relationship, but they may need PrEP as an event-based, prevention measure. Just like, I don't know what will happen. Let me have this PrEP tablet. I may protect myself from something. That is also available. Now we've got that program, which is PrEP for women. It is very, very important because in many cultures and some faiths, there are people who are in polygamous marriages. And the wives are unable actually to negotiate safer sex with their husbands, knowing that the husband has got a wife here in the UK and a wife somewhere else, Dubai, Somalia, Uganda, South Africa, or any other part of the world. And the husband is moving up and down between the two families. So you don't know what is going on. It is better to protect yourself. You may not be in position to negotiate, encourage your husband to use a condom, and he may refuse. You are my wife. Then you yourself, you can start to take pre-exposure prophylaxis. You don't need to tell him. You take it. I'm not trying to make people, be radicals and yes, to disobey their husbands, but it is a way of preventing getting HIV. Pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Prevention is always better, so I think it is a good thing. And also remember, there's the U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable, which is also something that, it maybe at a later stage. We spoke about it before. Bandru will also come in and talk a bit more about that, because there's a lot of name calling, there's a lot of tagging and shaming. When people discover that someone is HIV positive or they are on medication in terms of HIV, a lot of people tend to, I don't know, it's the stigma around it. But once we understand everything around HIV and where it is in terms of development now, I think it also helps us to be able to appreciate others and accept people as they are. So we will probably at some point also have a Bandru come through and talk a bit more about that. We did before, but we will continue talking about it until the information gets up there and a thing called stigma is totally erased from the face of the earth, as long as HIV is there. But remember, the target is to eliminate it by 2030, and we're in 2021, meaning we've got 9 more years. So there's a lot of work that needs to be put in there. But thank you so much for your time. I always really appreciate you coming. I know how busy it is. I see it when we are doing the emails back and forth. I know that your office is quite busy, but thank you very much for your time. We will speak to you soon, and all the very best this coming Saturday on the Red Run.
Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Pamtengo Radio, and thanks to the listeners of Pamtengo Radio for this session. Hopefully, we'll be back soon.
Hopefully, we hear from you soon. Thank you very much.
There has never been a better time to advertise on radio than this. 95% of the world population listen to the radio each and every day, with more and more people